What's up, everybody? Welcome to Jay's Gimme 5 show. I'm Jay Walker with my boy, Mark Gray.
Great to have you along for the ride, folks. What's up?
Always good to be here. A lot of things took place in the world of sports over the weekend. I'm going to start off by, first off, giving a shout-out to the Boston Red Sox, World Series champion, Mark. How you feel?
Congratulations, Boston. You earned it. Doesn't mean I have to like it as an Oriole fan, but I digress.
When we talked about it, last week we talked about it, and I told you the problem that LA was going to have was Jackie Bradley Jr., Mookie Betts, Benintendi, David Price. What I'm really trying to say, Boston got them dudes, and I think the Dodgers need to find another dude or two. I did like bringing Machado on. He's one of them dudes too, but too much. Give it up to the Red Sox.
Look, I think the Red Sox still got the residue of your boy, Crip Daddy. Big up to Kevin Millar. You know, they cowboyed up. Dodgers didn't have anybody who knew how to cowboy up in crunch time and big home runs. Plus, you got to give the Red Sox their props. You win 2 straight after losing in 18. You won 108 games during the regular season. I mean, tip your hat, the best is the best. But again, I still don't have to like it.
All right, baseball season's over now. We got a whole lot going on. You going to tell everybody what's on the show or what? What's up?
Absolutely. We got a lot to get to in a little bit of time this week. Coaches on the hot seat. A lot of places, hot spots around the country. Who's the Turk going to get at the end of the season? Also, we counting down to the Celebration Bowl.
Wide Open Reserve Celebration Bowl.
Indeed. And then we head to the reservation, the place that gave the NFL the rarefied air for our School of the Week. But Jay Walker, time to get the people what they want. Straight, no chaser. Gimme 5.
Now it's time for this week's Gimme 5, brought to you by the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl. Oh, y'all are going to love this, because I'm going there. How about this? The top 5 dance team nicknames. I'm not saying that they're the best dancers, but I'm just saying I like these nicknames. Number 5, Jackson State University, the J-Sets. Legendary performers down in the SWAC. Oh, they get it done down there in Mississippi, and I just like that name. Number 4, let's go to the AUC, Mahogany in Motion. Morehouse. Those dance teams down there know how to get everybody going in the crowd. Number 3, Texas Southern University has a band called the Ocean of Soul. Their girl dance team is called the Motion of the Ocean. I really like that one there. And number 2, how about this? Ebony Fire down there at Hampton University. Now y'all say I don't give no love to Hampton. I just made you number 2 with the Ebony Fire. And the number 1 team nickname could possibly be the number 1 dance team out there, period. We're going down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana with the Dancing Dolls from Southern University. Legendary throughout the HBCU landscape. And I also like that name, Dancing Dolls. Not quite making a list, on the bubble, the Ooh La Las of Howard University and the Dancing Divas of Alabama A&M University. That's my list. Want to talk about it? Hit us up on all of our social media platforms.
You know you did good. You know, anytime you finish with the Dancing Dolls number 1, we know you on your A game, all right?
Yes.
Give it up. Now,
thank you.
Some of y'all old heads remember the Jerry Garcia Grateful Dead days?
Yes.
And they had the Deadhead fans. I'm a doll head.
Okay.
I remember traveling around in my VW bus one fall when I was a younger lad and hanging out to see where they would be.
It's not really hard to become a fan of the Southern University Dancing Dolls.
No.
But that's not you, Mark. That's not your style.
No.
So you like to tell me where I messed up or who I missed on.
Well,
I didn't miss on anybody this week, but let me hear you, Mark.
Well, let's just say it's a deep pool of talent. Not everybody could make the cut. However, I would have thought about adding Prairie View's Black Foxes. The nickname alone says it all. I mean, if you're a Panther, gotta get yourself a fox, right?
Yeah.
I mean, no good Panther would be without his fox. And then, of course, Tennessee State, the aristocrat of bands, has the sophisticated ladies. Kind of makes you see Roland Martin and his ascot hanging out with a couple of folks.
Or Hugh Hefner or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, my man dearly departed. But Yeah, you know, understated, classy, athletic. I mean, the perfect complement to the aristocrats are the sophisticated ladies.
I got that, but I always say, who would you take off? And when you're talking about, you know, this list was based off of names. And when you talk about names, I like all the creativity that goes into names. You know, we talk dancing dolls, and we talk about the mahogany motion. I like that. But the best complimentary name I saw was the band at Texas Southern. They're called
the Motion in the Ocean.
No, the dancing girls are the Motion of the Ocean. The band is called the Ocean of Soul.
Yes.
So if you got an Ocean of Soul, you got to have the motion of the ocean.
Yes, you do. That would be a clever place for us to get back on track right now before I think it's down a road that we need not get to. Anyway, again, that's ours. What say you? Hit us up all over social media and give us your thoughts on the best nicknames for the dance teams. And we'll definitely talk about it. You may make the cut and make it next week.
Maybe so. But remember, it's Jay's Gimme 5.
You know, as you approach the end of the season, start looking at certain coaching vacancies potentially that are coming up. And there's some hot seats right now, but no place was it hotter than last week after a 41-7 loss than at Jackson State, where Tony Hughes was fired. Now look, this is a team, and I know Jackson's one of the pressure places. 500 is unacceptable. 3-4, only a game back in the SWAC East. Why are you going to run your coach when you still got a shot plausibly at the Celebration Bowl or the SWAC championship game?
I mean, yeah, the key was that program was in disarray. I mean, early in the year, talking about Coach Hughes, fired his offensive coordinator. And you fire a guy like Hal Mummy, who's kind of legendary out there, and then the offense still doesn't produce points. They're looking like this is chaos going on right now. And don't forget, last year at this time, he was on the hot seat. There was some talk that he wanted out of Jackson State. I think you start hearing too many of those rumblings, and that's what happened. You get a coach who gets fired right in the middle of the year when his ball club was really in contention. But as we know, this is that time of year where everybody's on the hot seat. And I'm going to tell you right now, the hottest seats I'm going to see are not Jackson State where they made the move, but also down there at Texas Southern. Texas Southern, one of the highest paid coaches in all of HBCU football, has not delivered right now, so I don't know. And you're starting to hear, they're starting to circle the wagons, and people are starting to call me saying, hey, Jay, you got any connects at Texas Southern?
Well, I would think that Henry Frazier would have been the name that would have been in play, but Charles McClellan, now the SWAC commissioner, no longer there, but I think Henry Frazier's name is going to be in play, and at Morgan State. All that warm and fuzzy stuff that went on after Alex Reyes kicked to beat the Aggies, Ernest Jones certainly on the hot seat in Baltimore.
Well, I think he was on the hot seat when the season started, but I think beating North Carolina A&T actually makes you think, if I'm the president, maybe he deserves another shot. Now, they took a tough loss last week, but I think overall, is Morgan State getting better? I think so. So I don't know how hot that seat is.
New athletic director over there. This is Dr. Wilson's last year, so you got a lot of moving parts at Morgan that may work to Coach Jones's favor. Also, Jay, as a quarterback, bunch of guys struggling in the MEAC right now. Lamar Raynard, Kalen Newton. But down in Tallahassee, they seem to have settled on somebody finally, huh?
Yeah, Ryan Stanley really producing there, playing for Willie Simmons and his team, and they're doing a good job. Anytime you're the quarterback of the #1 team in the conference, then you're an automatic contender for Conference Player of the Year. And Ryan Stanley, or Sunshine as they like to call him down there, he's producing a big way, and he's got the Rattlers well on their way to clinching a bid in the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl.
And I think if I'm the organizers of the Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl, I got to be chomping at the bit. FAMU, significant fan base in Atlanta. They will draw a lot of people, no matter who comes from the SWAC. I think if FAM plays in that bowl prediction, 40K. 40K if FAMU makes it to the ATL.
I think it depends on who they play, but I do think when you talk about in the SWAC, that's still wide open, but it's pretty much a two-team race. Alcorn State, Southern University, both of them travel well. Both of them are really good football teams. I've got them ranked number 3 and 4 in my power ranking. So I think the celebration, Air Force Reserve Celebration Bowl, is going to be an outstanding game. Whoever's there, if Florida A&M can hold on, and whether it's Southern or Prairie View, but it still comes down to that Bayou Classic. Let's not forget, Southern must beat Grambling State.
And perhaps the Florida Classic as well. So think about that, because I could see Howard, who laid an egg at homecoming, beating FAM this week, and really throwing the MEAC out of whack. Jay, let's head down to the reservation right now. That place just outside the Natchez Trace, you know, place you could never get lost because you got to be going, as our friend told us, to get there. Our school of the week from down on the other side of the bayou is Alcorn State.
This week's HBCU School of the Week is Alcorn State University. And like always, we're going to give it to you, Gimme 5 style, about the school down in Lorman, Mississippi, founded in 1871, a little bit less than 4,000 students, and named after former Mississippi Governor James Alcorn. But here go the 5 things you need to know about Alcorn State University. 5, they call the football stadium the reservation, and I've called it for years one of the most intimidating locations for an HBCU football game in the country. Number 4, it's the first HBCU in the country to be written a land grant institution by the federal government. Number 3, go down there, I've got to give a shout out to the sounds of Dynamite. That's the name of their band. Throw them in there along with the dancing troupe they've got, and oh yeah, what a fantastic place to check out a football game. And number 2, could be number 1, for the one and only, rest in peace my man, Steve Air McNair, the greatest to ever do it in HBCU football. Oh yeah, he led the Braves on a fantastic run as they were beating everybody up and down the East Coast, except for Howard. Number 1 thing you have to know about Alcorn State University, Medgar Evers. Not only did he play football for the Braves, but we know his legacy throughout the civil rights movement. And if that doesn't inspire you to go out and vote, I don't know what will. On the bubble, not quite making the list, a little place I like to go down there in Lorman called the Old Country Store, where my man Mr. D will give you a nice song to go with some good down-home kicking, as he calls it, the world's best fried chicken. Oh yeah, and Alex Haley attended Alcorn State University. We all know Mr. Haley from his legendary and historic writing of the book Roots. Let's keep the debate going and talk about it. Anything else you want to ask us? Hit us up on all of our social media platforms.
And congratulations to Alcorn State, the Fighting Sam Washington's our guy who's a founder, one of the members of the National HBCU Alumni Alliance. Good job out of you. Great job out of you on that list.
All right.
Now, but you know, OTB, Alex Haley, wow.
Yeah, who are you going to drop off there? I mean, he wrote Roots, but he's on the bubble for a reason. It's Jay's Gimme 5. I keep telling you that.
I think we could have probably swapped Alex for the sounds of Dynamite.
No.
No?
No.
Don't think so?
That band is huge.
It is huge.
That band is huge.
But Alex Haley, Roots, man.
I got you there. I mean, think about all the football players I had to leave off the list.
Exactly. I mean, you did. Now, and that's what brings me to who I got to check you on, bro.
Okay.
And that's, you know, Jack Spinks, the guy who the stadium was initially named after. He won championships at Alcorn State as a player and a coach between 1951 and 1953. I mean, this guy was the first player from Mississippi, African-American player that is, to go to the NFL when he was drafted by the Steelers.
Yeah, okay. He's got the stadium named after him. He's just not on my Gimme 5 list.
Okay.
I know who Coach Spinks is. And every now and then what they call it the Spinks jinx. That's when things aren't going well. So.
For the opposition.
Yeah.
Eddie Robinson, God rest his soul, we'll talk about that. And speaking of legendary coaches, Marino Cassim, a guy that's in the Black College Hall of Fame and the College Football Hall of Fame. I mean, that's my guy.
See, I'm not surprised that's your list. And you know why I'm not surprised that's his list? Because he always likes the coaches. He ain't hit nobody. I'm thinking you're going to think, why didn't you put Jimmy Giles on the list, who was a fantastic tight end in the NFL, Donald Driver on that list, Leslie Frazier on that list, all these ball players. But my man Mark, he don't want to give credit to the ball squad.
Who made those guys, though? Marino Cassim.
Oh,
they were all Coach Cassim's kids, man.
All right,
think about it.
Guess what?
159, 93, and 8, 7 conference championships.
I like the players more than the coaches.
4 HBCU national
titles.
I
like the players more than the coach. But you know what we'll do? We'll let the fans tell us who got it right, me or Mark Gray. Hit us up on all of our social media angles, and we'll talk about it next time around. Peace.